It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Off Axis Brewery, and this is a can of the Hop the Light Fantastic. It's a Hoppy Pale Ale coming in at 4.7% ABV. Off Axis Brew Co. They brew their beers specifically, or kind of like, well, they contract brew their beers for Home Bargains. It's a Home Bargains only range of beers. That's the best way to explain it. It's in a 440 milliliter can. And as you can tell by the thumbnail, this is the last beer that I'm going to be drinking in this December, January range of beers that I've launched into Home Bargains from Off Axis. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my thoughts, my viewpoints, and whether they're worth buying or not. But I first of all got to review this one, haven't I? So let's get this beer out then into a glass and see what we get. Little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. Looking around for a glass and no etching in the bottom. I don't like the nucleated glasses. I think they offer too much of a fakeness with the carbonation. Not just a fakeness, they flatten your beer really quickly as well. Right, so Hop the Light Fantastic. Strange name for a beer. We got a one finger white head. It's a hazy amber coloured beer. There's a little bit of suspension in the glass. You can see a little bit of that kind of, maybe it's a little bit of yeast suspension or something going on. There's a little bit of haze there. Particles in the glass, tiny particles. Not much in the way now of carbonation now I've poured the beer. Let's get the aroma. Oh, smells lovely and hoppy, this one. Really juicy. Fair play, really juicy, grapefruity. Lemon, passion fruit, mango. Little bit of wafer stroke biscuit malt aromas coming through. A peppery spiciness. This smells really good. Fair play, this smells really good. Let's it was £1.59 a can, this one. So let's dive into it. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. There's a little bit of butteriness coming through, but it's a little slick and buttery, but on the positive side of things, it's a little malty, bready, and then it's quite hoppy on the back end. There's a lovely hoppy finish on the back end here. So malt, and then hops on the back end. Hop bitterness, so sweetness and bitterness. It's not a bad balance going on. There's grapefruit, there's a little bit of passion fruit, a little bit of mango, a little bit of orange peel, flashy blood orange flavours in the middle. But there was something that was concerning me from the last taste. So the first taste, like, I got like a buttery taste going on. And then that last taste, something hit me, and then it's kind of hit me again. See, it wasn't in that taste. This is a strange one because there's a taste here that's not in every single mouthful, which is really strange. And I just want to make sure. I think it's the hops. I think it's like a grassy, nettly, stinging nettle, spicy, peppery bitterness. Now, what I thought, and I'm saying the word thought here, what I thought was there was a little bit of DMS, a little bit of rotting vegetable. I wanted to make sure because I've been a little bit critical of these off-axis brew company beers, and I wanted to make sure it was there or it wasn't there, and I'm going to say it's close because I thought I had it in a couple of tastes. But what I will say is that I think that for me it's more of a stinging nettle, spicy, organic. It's definitely an organic taste. Flavour in there. So it's not a perfect beer by any means. There's a little butteriness going on. There's what I initially thought was DMS, and now I'm kind of like moving towards it being spicy and peppery and stinging nettle like, or like an organic hop going on. An earthiness. Ironically, it's probably the best beer from Off-Axis Brew Co. And to be honest with you, that says a lot, doesn't it? That says a lot. Even though I'm unsure, even though I'm not 100% with the beer, with that slight butteriness going on, that slight, maybe slight bit of DMS going on. See, I'm undecided because now the aroma, now I'm able to spin the beer up. I'm going to say maybe there is a small hint of DMS in this beer. But ironically, it's the best beer of this Off-Axis Brew Co range. And to sum it all up, to sum up that thumbnail, that says a lot, doesn't it? That says a lot about this range of beers in Home Bargains. Off-Axis Brew Co. They've not been great. They've not been great. The question is, would I buy it again? Would I buy the stout again? No. The no stout about it, or whatever it was called. Would I buy the red ale again? No. Would I buy this hoppy pale ale again? I don't think so. And the reason for that is that alongside these Off-Axis Brew Co beers, I'm looking at a can of Siren Practical Magic Pale Ale. Let me grab it. I'm looking at a can of this, which I equally bought from Home Bargains, and it wasn't that much difference in the price. Look at my work. I haven't moved my work hats this morning. Look at me, covered in mud out in the garden again. You can also buy some pretty decent stuff in Asda. If you buy the 3 for 2 on the cans of craft beer in Asda, I think it works out at just over £2 a can. I think I'd rather spend a little bit more money and get something of real quality rather than this stuff from Home Bargains, this off-axis Brew Co. beers from Home Bargains. There must be something wrong there. There must be something wrong with the brewing process, or there must be something. They might have an infection in the brewery, or there's something definitely wrong there, because all of the beers, they just weren't tasting great. And for £1.59, to sum it all up, I think I'd rather just go to Aldi or Lidl and buy a German Pilsner from a discount German supermarket, rather than, like, you've got all of these kind of canned craft beers for cheap, and they're just not good. It's not good brewing. It's not good brewing. The butteriness, the slight DMS, it's not great. I can't see it lasting. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Home Bargains, they don't make chocolate bars. They don't make bread. They don't produce their own milk. Why are they insisting on making their own beer? Why are they insisting on making this beer range, which it's been so there's been so very little. Some of the Glencairn beers have been okay. They've been, actually, some of them have been pretty good. I called one of their beers the best discount supermarket beer of 2023. So you can buy some decent stuff in Home Bargains, but generally, I think the reputation's there now. The reputation's there, and I'm still. It's not just a reputation of bad beer. I'm still drinking relatively kind of poor beer from this Home Bargains range of beer. I can't see it lasting. I can see them just, contract buying beer from Siren or Thornbridge, like they have been doing. Maybe some kind of the Ficky lagers from Turkey that are pretty good. I'd carry on going down that road. I wouldn't carry on down this road of producing your own beer if you're not going to make good beer. If it's going to be half-hearted and slightly rubbish, then you're just damaging your reputation. It's quite poor. The more I've thought about it, the more I've made my mind up. I really wanted to be clear. The reason why I was toing and froing is because I wanted to be fair. I wanted to be fair and I wanted to be clear in my mind. But you can't have butteriness and you can't have slight DMS in a beer. Not in this day and age. Not in this day and age. It's poor. It's a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.